We are recording. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hi, everybody. Sorry it's a little bright there today, but, well, I don't need glasses. I actually might. I can see that. Okay. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys can hear me. I'm not sure. Give me a second here. Let's turn the mic up a little bit. How's that? All right. So, what are we here to talk about today? Gaming. Why? Because gaming is dying. And if you don't believe me, then I don't know what to tell you. Let's turn that light off for now. We'll turn that on in a bit. There. So we're just going to get right to it. We're going to start with this here. Delisted games. If anybody hasn't heard, PS3 and PS Vita is going to be shutting down their stores here soon. And I was looking to see some of the games and move them over to the PS3. I was going to download some games that I always been meaning to get on demos. This one doesn't even exist anymore. It's been delisted. So that sucks. That's one thing about game preservation. I might not be able to ever play this. I had this demo. Yes, I should have bought it years ago, but I was promising myself I'll get these games, and life happens. You forget. I don't know if I'll ever get to play this again. I have the demo on my PlayStation 3, but you can't access it from the store. This game is not available. And I also tried to find it on Steam or other places. Not available. So I may luck out and never play this again. Now, I found about 5 of the games on Steam that I wanted there, and they're pretty cheap. $1 or $2. I added them. Like, I don't, the Unnamed Swan or a bunch of other ones. Just a lot of indie games. I'll never get to play this now because it's delisted. This is the death of gaming. Like, if we want to be able to play a lot of these games, you're not going to be able to anymore. So that sucks. That PS3 and Xbox store shut down. Was it last year, if I'm not mistaken? The PS Vita and the PS3 store is shutting down slowly in the next year. So different times at different parts of the world. So that there, I'm going to make this a brief video. Let's go to here and let's turn the light on here. It's really dark. Oh, okay, there we go. Ubisoft execs say gamers need to get comfortable not owning games for subscriptions to take off. They made that quote. As you can see the date here, it's like about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years. That stuck with a lot of people. We were like, no, of course we're not going to. We want to own our games. We want to own our games. And that's going to lead to what I'm about to talk about here. Ownership is very important. I don't want to rent. I used to like going to Blockbuster and renting, but when I want to buy something, I'd buy it. So then we go to this. This is not really related to video gaming, but something about books you could purchase, like colleges or whatever else, other types of books. You can buy these books here. Let me anyway. The effective June 15th, 2021. Items purchased at the Vital Source store with perpetual licenses have now a duration of 5 years for online access, from 1 year of access. This duration is also retroactive for stores who have purchasing. That's not lifetime access. It's only 5 years. So you're kind of, no, you can't own these books for your life. Stop calling it lifetime access. That's a bunch of BS. So, like, you don't own anything. Again, just like they said there. Look what happened. This happened. This was announced a few days ago. PlayStation erased 551 film titles from user libraries. So, and games could be next. September 20th to once again remove a large batch of films, this time including something about licensing with the company. I forget. I can't see. It says right here. But anyway, here, just take a look at this. Here's all the films affected. If you want to read on, pause it. That's a lot of films. Look. All these films are being removed. If you bought any of these films, you're screwed. Sorry. You're and the Terminators and other ones. Deer Hunter, a lot of big name films. All gone. Completely gone. You don't own it. You'll not own anything and like it. That's the way it's going. Um, Kojima, actually, uh, Hideo Kojima, a legend in our industry, uh, predicted that the future built entirely around digital media could leave people without access to the content they thought they owned if companies or external events changed how content was distributed. Well, that's what we're coming into now. Eventually, even digital data would no longer be owned by individuals on their own initiative, whereas these is a major change or accident in the world, in a country, in a government, in an idea, or in a trend. Access to it may suddenly be cut off. We will not be able to freely access the movies, books, and music that we have loved. I would love to have. I would be a have not. That's what I'm afraid of. This is not great. Actually, I believe it is. His projection sparked a conversation about digital ownership, preservation, and consumer reliance on online services as more media shifts towards digital only distribution and cloud based access. Many people have pointed this to his remarks when discussing whether buying digital content truly guarantees long term access. So, yeah, it's what he fears. This is a legend. And this comes to this announcement. You want to read this? In response to shifting trend to a consumer's preference, the new games will be released on PlayStation Store as retailers in digital formats only. They don't set the dates. As a consumer preferences, bullshit, and broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical discs to digital physical game discs, production for all new games releasing on PlayStation consoles will be discontinued starting January 2028. Following this date, new games will be available on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. This transition has no impact on games that are already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in disc format. This is natural direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt consumer trends. Bullshit. As the general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. This transition will enable us to align more closely to how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. We will continue to prioritize our resources to drive innovation and how players can access games and provide choices as where players prefer to purchase new games, whether that at retailers or PlayStation Store. We remain committed to delivering world-class gaming experience to all our fans, and we thank you for your continued support. Yeah, no continued support. People are pissed. People are joking. There's a lot of jokes here. I'll show some of these pictures here. Breaking news, KFC will stop offering its physical format starting today. Its products can only be consumed through its apps in fake PNG format. La Cajun Glacia. It's all digital food. It's there's that one. And we have this one. I like this one. Official statement in response to the trends of the gaming industry as of 1st of April 2027, Domino's UK will cease production of physical pizzas and shift to production of digital pizzas only. Consumers will be able to download our full range of delicious pizza codes and, using the power of the imagination, enjoy them in an entirely virtual sense. Wow. It's a joke, but it's scary. Where's the other one? This is a good one. User wanted hardcore PvP multiplayer single player game story mode is old news. Yeah, single players have always been top selling games for the most part. Yeah, they always say this stuff. That we know the trends. No, you don't. You don't pay attention to anything. PS5 fans flock to piracy as Sony plans to ditch physical games. That's scary, but you did it to yourself. And of course, this one here, as of 1st September 26th, due to our content license agreements, you will no longer be able to watch any of your previously purchased Studio Canal content, and the content will be removed from your video library. Thank you. That's those movies I was referring to earlier. Wow. And then, of course, Sony risks future monopoly lawsuits after announced end to physical game discs in 2028. I don't know what to tell you, but this is a good one. The choice is yours. Your games, your money, your future. Own it. Physical games. You own it. You can trade it. It has value. You can share it. You know. I'm gonna bring these up here. By the way, look at that. Look at that. That's a physical game. Let's turn this light on a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Look at that. That's Dragon Age Origins. Great game. PS3. Destiny. That's the first one. I got the second one back there. Just got this back recently. I wanted to get back to playing it. Titanfall 2. Great game. Here, let's take a look. What's Titanfall 2? Look. No, they don't have the booklets like they used to, but look what this is. See this? This is shocking. Look at that. It's a disc. And what I did, I lent this to a friend. They played it. They brought it back. Can't do that with digital. You know, you don't own it. You can't trade it. Worth 0. You can't really sell it. You can't share it. A risk of being lost forever. Don't let convenience steal ownership. Keep physical games alive for you, for gaming, for the future. Yeah, people. That's just the way of the world we're in right now. It's scary. It's yeah. Give me a sec here. Let's go down here. There, you got me in the middle. All right. So, yeah, this is just, sorry, I just got my camera working recently again. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is gaming. This is our future. I'm a diehard gamer. I've owned PS1. I've owned a PS2. Own a PS3. I have 2 of them, actually. I have older one over there, and I have that PS3 Slim, the one with the sliding door underneath there. The disc player doesn't work on that one. It's all digital right now. Funny enough, that was the one the disc player still works. So, and my PS4, Nathan Drake edition. I love that PS4. Never got a PS5 because they've never gone down in price. It's ridiculous. Everything's overpriced now. So I mostly game on this, the Tough Book. It's a Tough Book PC desktop. My laptop. I can't game on my desktop. It's 1660 Super, so I can play older games, but like actually I'll be able to play the games that from the PS Store that I'm gonna grab. But yeah, gaming is dying, people, and we need to preserve it. And they say that if buying is an ownership, then I don't condone this per se, but hiring isn't stealing. Seriously, like if you're gonna do this to us, you're not gonna let us own our games. That's up yours. That's ridiculous. I'm against that. Ownership meaning I own it. See, I lent this out to a friend. I lent it to him. He played it. I don't know if he finished it or not, but he had it, borrowed it, played it, and bam, got it back. I'm going to go play it. You know, games. I could resell it to a store, you know, and get some other games. Can't do that no more. I'm actually selling a lot of my games right now. I have some old 360 games I'm selling, some wrestling ones. I'm trying to up my career as a photographer, videographer, but I can sell these games. You can't sell digital. And do I own digital games? Yes, I own digital games. The pandemic changed the world, and it made it just easier. You couldn't go to shops and what have you. So I started using Steam more often. I have a lot of Steam games. By the way, GOG, it's digital, but you at least own the licensing rights to that game. So if they ever shut down, they promise that you can still download your games. Steam, not as good, but they're still pretty good, though. Like this play 2-hour thing, and then you can't return it after. That's BS, because sometimes it takes a couple hours to get into a game. I just got Star Wars Squadrons, because I sold the disc. See, I sold it. I'm trying to survive selling my games. I sold it, and I was able to get the money back for it. So, but I was able to rebuy it. And for Steam, it was on sale, $5. Can't argue that. It took like 3 hours to get working. And it's like, what are they going to do? I can't return it, you know, because PC gaming isn't the best in the world sometimes. Not as good console, put in the disc, play it, you're good to go for the most part. Then again, we can also go into the idea of how I get some games back there, like I can't think right now, but there's a lot. The Division, when that first came out, it wasn't until version 8 that it was playable. It was really good. Um, No Man's Sky. That's it. No Man's Sky. I had the disc. That took forever. Finally, after many updates, it was playable. Some of these new games you need to be able to update, but not everybody has internet still or fast internet. And it's just, I don't know. The gaming industry took a turn years ago. We knew there was going to be digital, but you should never take away physical. Physical is just, it's very important for the preservation of games. First off, like I said, that Mercury game, I'll never play that again because there's no disc. One last example. I used to own Scott Pilgrim for the PS3. There was a issue with licensing. I lost that game. It was off the store because I had to clear the hard drive because you can't fit all your games on your hard drive unless you have like a massive hard drive. So I went to re-download it one day. I was like, I want to play Scott Pilgrim again. It was gone. There was a licensing agreements with the movie and the Universal or whatever studio it was through. I was out. They didn't reimburse me the money. Nothing. It was just the game was gone. I couldn't play it anymore. So now I've gotten it on the PS4. They've achieved it, and I plan on buying the digital copy when I can afford it. So, do I buy digital? Yes. It's convenient. It's easy, but in the same vein, if I really like a game, I'll buy the physical. Like I bought Days Gone. I have it on PC. I sold the disc to a friend. I plan on rebuying that when I get a newer system. I want to get the disc. So it's just right now I'm struggling financially. I'm an artist. So I'm selling a lot of my games, but I plan on rebuying a lot of them in the future. So, but it's just the fact that I had the right to buy it. I sold it and I'll get it again down the road. But I don't know. We as gamers, we want physical. We need physical games. Physical games is a part of what it's about. So, not just digital. Once it goes all digital, you don't own anything. You're renting it. I'm sorry to say, people say, oh, digital, you're still renting it because it can be removed in the store. Like I just mentioned, Scott Pilgrim, look at all those movies get removed. You don't own them. And I don't hate Sony. I don't. I'm a supporter from Sony since I was a kid. Sony Walkman, Sony products, Sony stereos. They make good products, but they're greedy. They are totally greedy now. They're not consumer friendly. And this is proof right here. This is ridiculous. They want you as a perpetual paying customer. They'll have like an online store. You pay monthly. NVIDIA and other companies are doing the same thing with computers. Wait about 5 years, computers won't exist. You'd be renting your RAM. And anyway, that's stupid. No, I want to own things. I want my own computer. I want my own games. I want to own things. Music, I like CDs. Vinyl came back huge. DVDs, Blu-rays, all of it. You need to have physical media too. And there's collectors. Let's not even talk about that, about how you're not going to have special editions anymore, statues and stuff, everything. And you get the booklets and the posters and the maps. Like, it's just, gaming is going to die if we don't save it. We really need to stop this. This is ridiculous. And I don't know what to tell you. This is just, we need to change gaming. We need to fight, keep digital media alive. You have to. It's highly important. And I don't know what else to say. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Sorry if I rambled a little bit, but this is something I'm very passionate about. I was talking it on 540 Studios earlier this week with Jason Fox. Great guy. Go check him out on 540 Studios. I can't even talk. Probably talking about this again this week on the Comic Relief Crusaders. Here's Circles. I can't do the voice, but I'll probably talk about that there too. And I wanted to do my own version, just me talking, because this just frustrates me. I'm mirroring. I had to make sure I mirrored it. But yeah, this is just, it's frustrating, people. It really is frustrating. I'm a gamer. I love gaming, but it seems to be going in a direction I don't like. And like I said, I'm not against digital. It's convenient, but don't take our option to own physical. Because, like I said, I first played Days Gone digitally. I was like, oh man. And I bought it. Now I sold it because I needed the money, but I plan on buying it again. There was another game. I can't think of it right now. I loved it, bought it. Now I had to sell it again because, like I said, I have camera gear back here. I'm looking to get my YouTube career, my photography career, my videography career, filmmaking career up and running. I need to buy new equipment. I need to get better headphones here soon. I'm gonna get a pair here soon for podcasting and video and stuff. But I'm building a career here, so eventually I will. Cyberpunk. I bought that disc when it came out, and I never had any issues, by the way, with it. It was actually an awesome game, but it was broken. But luckily, mine for the PS4 actually played fine for the most part. Now it has improved. I have to eventually re-download on PC to play the last DLC because, oh gosh, excuse me, it wasn't available for the PS4, only the PS5, and I can't afford a PS5 because they didn't drop the price because of the Rampocalypse. That's totally something. Micron, Nvidia, they're greedy bastards. Sorry, you guys are. You need to cater to the consumer, not just data centers. But anyway, not going to go there. That's a totally separate topic. So, gaming right now, Sony, and sounds like Xbox is going the same direction, and Nintendo might creep into that direction too. They're all going digital. No, screw you. Keep physical alive. We need to. I'm going to drop this here. This is longer than I planned, but I'm going to post this in a bit. But yeah, I just had to have my say because this just frustrates the hell out of me. And it's frustrating us as consumers and gamers, and just, it is what it is. But yeah, this is my desktop. A lot of work up here I got to get finished. Videos I'm working on and stuff. So my films. But with that being said, thank you for tuning in, everybody. You guys are awesome. I love yous. And peace. Hit the button, as Ted would say. Peace.